Here we go. Maybe I can get this video done before the flies carry me away. Sitting up here at Perry, Iowa, Tyson. Happy Columbus Day. From the looks of the calendar, it's Thanksgiving Day up there. So for everybody out there, happy Columbus Day and happy Thanksgiving, eh? I was on my way up here. The reason for the video is I was on my way up here, and about 3-4 different areas there's some deer. They's picking corn and they's picking beans. And this one area there was 2 deer. They come out of that bean field because they's picking that corn, and all of a sudden they come across that 4-lane there, and there was a bean field, and they was picking beans out of that other field. But the combine was sitting way back in there, and there was a set of bean wagons coming down that grass row, the fence row there, and but them 2 deer they come across. There was a car sitting next to me where he's running down the road there, and there was 2 cars behind me, and I seen them deer coming, so I slowed down. I hit my 4-ways, and that damn car kept slowing down, and evidently it got mad at me because I was slowing down. It must have wanted to take a ride up there a ways, and so it gassed on it, wasn't paying no attention to what was going on. It damn near hit them deer. I slowed down even more. The guy that was in behind me, he come flying around. Well, he didn't even see the deer. By this time, the deer, the original guy, he'd almost hit the deer, and they'd ran into the bean field. Well, the guys on the north side of the road, they were picking the beans, and the bean wagon come down, and which scared the deer back towards the cornfield to the south side of the road. And the guy behind me, he was mad because I was going so slow. He come flying around. He damn near hit the deer again. We got to watch out because right now, the deer are running because these farmers are picking their beans in the corn and getting them out of the fields. And then once these are done, you still got to watch out because then you got rut, mating season for the deer. So they're still running. So everybody have patience out here, at least in the Midwest with all these damn deer. On another note, staying with the safety deal with these trucks, we need to start teaching in the households instead of depending on these these schools or driver's ed teaching our kids about vehicle safety. When you're running around alongside of a truck, there's a lot of things that can happen. You can't see on that other side of that truck, whether you're on the right side of the truck, left side of the truck, or behind the truck. You can't tell what's going on. There might be something on the shoulder of the road. Something might kick up, and he might accidentally jerk, and you're sitting there. You could have a blowout, and that truck he's got no control over him. He can try, but it's still going to surge over towards you, whichever side. And it's not very safe to be riding alongside. And it doesn't matter whether it's a big truck, an 18-wheeler, or one of these. And in some cases, it's even worse alongside of some of these RVs. Think about it. These people in these RVs are older. They really don't have that much experience driving these big vehicles, and they don't need a special license to drive these big motorhomes either. They have a blowout. Maybe their health ain't all that great, and they have a health issue, and they swerve over at you. They have a blowout or what have you. You see them all the time. High winds, big gust of wind come up, you're sitting right there beside them. So don't sit alongside these big vehicles. And you can get online and look at some of these accidents. if one of them recaps come off, whether it's a big motorhome or one of these big trucks, uh, those recaps can do a lot of damage to your car. Um, and it don't matter whether it's a motorhome or a truck. You got all these like tow trucks, service trucks, for mechanic service, road service. Uh, um, these bread trucks, uniform delivery trucks. A lot of these guys that are driving these trucks don't have a whole lot of experience in doing it. Um, can they drive them and be all right? Yeah, but there's that damn fly. Um, it takes experience. And do you want to be that guy that's riding alongside of, whether it's a big truck, RV, one of these service vehicles? Do you want to be the one sitting alongside one of them while they're getting their experience? Either get going in front of them, slow down, let them do whatever they're going to do. There's way too many guys, new guys in these big trucks and all these little trucks, these little service, whether it be, your soda delivery, beer delivery, bread delivery, just, we need to teach our kids to stay away. And don't think just because you're out in the middle of nowhere, you can be there looking at your phone. I see it all the time. People driving down the road and they'll be swerving. There can be somebody walking. They broke down on some other road and they're walking alongside the road. You swerve, it just takes a split second. You hit them, and your life's changed forever. Um, and another instance, you're in a car. Years and years ago, these cars were built like tanks. Now they're built, lower, more aerodynamic. So you hit like a deer or something, that boom, it's right up in your windshield. Depending on how you hit it. So you really got to pay attention to everything, and these safety. Whether you're in your personal vehicle or you're in one of these commercial vehicles, you can blame that guy in that commercial vehicle, whether it's a big truck or a little truck, don't much matter, commercial vehicle or not. You can blame that guy or that woman or whoever's driving it for what happens. Legally, you're probably right. But what happens in the event you're dead? You aren't going to benefit from you being right. Yeah, your family will. But at the end of the day, you want to be right and alive. So back off, put the cell phone down. There's no need, I can't remember how many, I'd like to count how many times I see somebody driving by me with their knee on the steering wheel in a car or a pickup, texting, looking at their phone, and they're veering side to side, passing me 65, 70 miles an hour down the road, texting, veering towards me and away from me. A lot of times, because of the air displacement on these trucks, it pushes them and they start veering in. It can wait. Period. Your friend can wait, your wife can wait, your husband can wait, your kids can wait a few minutes. If it's that important, pull off on a shoulder, pull off on a ramp. Don't put yourself or anybody else in jeopardy. That's what always worries me. Don't take that chance. It just ain't worth it. Just ain't worth it. Teach, if your kids are starting to come up and they're starting to learn to drive, teach them this stuff. Don't think for 1 second those teachers at school or those driver's ed instructors are going to teach them what you want them to know or what they should know. Don't take nothing for granted. Teach them all this stuff, because pay attention to what's going on around you. And sometimes it's just as important to be watching behind you. Here's a good example. Quite a few years ago, I worked for a company out of northwest Iowa, and I was living in Des Moines. I had a little Ford Ranger, and I took off, and the roads were kind of bad, so I said, hell with it, I'm going to turn around. So I turned around, and I started going back into Des Moines. I was up there on 141, just north of that northwest corner there, where it hooks up to 80-35. And something told me, and I was really into my brakes on and off, because I was coming up to a stoplight there. And something told me, I just looked in my mirror, looked in my rearview mirror, and here comes this set of doubles for UPS. Man, it just didn't feel right. So I put her back in gear, and I pulled off the side of the road there, and I was the first one at the light there in the right lane, and that old boy slid all the way into the intersection. He'd have hit me, and I'd end up hitting that other guy on that shoulder, because he started coming out. The light changed red, and it went back green, but that guy on that side road there, he slid out. I'd ended up, all three of us, the truck and everything, would have ended up together. But because I seen that, I pulled off, and that guy seen it, so he'd gotten stopped, and that UPS went right through there. Pay attention. Like I said, sometimes it's just as important to make sure, pay attention to what's behind you as it is in front of you and the sides. Safety, safety, safety. Teach your kids. Teach your wife. Teach your husband. You see somebody doing something stupid, let them know. And you can do it so where you ain't an asshole. Thanks for watching. Till the next time. Hey, do all that good stuff. Thumbs up, share, subscribe, by God. Subscribe. Thank you.